What is up, TCG enjoyers? Today I'm going to do a VOD review against the #1 player in 2024, all the way from Australia, Mr. Brent Tonisson. I faced him at the Baltimore Regionals. I was 6-0, he was also 6-0. We played a really good set of Lugia against Charizard. And I think even though this is before Stellar Crown, I think this matchup is like pretty much the same as Stellar Crown. Like the decks don't really change much. And I think just there's really high level gameplay in this and lots of things to learn. So I actually haven't watched this game yet, even though it's been a week and a bit. So I'm actually excited to watch this one back because I remember in the moment it was such a great set. Brent was such a great player that really kept me on my toes, and I really had to play my best to stay level with them. So yeah, I'm just gonna jump into it. Oops, I'm gonna turn the audio off so it's easier to listen to. But yeah, going into it, I knew Brent was playing Hero's Cape. Hero's Cape is actually pretty annoying in this matchup. That's the most annoying A-Spec Charizard can play, because it basically just puts their Charizards like at a one-shot range. Your Cincinno needs 7 energies, which is pretty nuts. If you look at the prizes here too, I prize a Cincinno, not the end of the world. Like you normally only need 1. Brent is playing the Dusknoir, which does add another dimension to this matchup. Dusknoir can like knock out a Cincinno, which is pretty annoying. And then you can use stuff like Counter Catcher, just boss, to like knock out 2 Minchinos or 2 Cincinnos if I have 2 set up, and then basically make it so my only way to take a knockout is to use the Weird Ear V, which I did add to my deck. So I'm just gonna skip the start. I lost the coin flip, so I had to go first. If we look at my hand, I remember this game actually. I top deck Legacy Energy, which is like the worst top deck. So one thing you really want to do in this matchup is you do want to use Iron Hands if your opponent puts like a single prizer in the active on your second turn. But that would mean I have to commit to benching Iron Hands like on turn 1. And I flip Tails on Aroma here, and I feel like you kind of just have to get Lugia first. He also has a Rotom in the active, started Rotom, so I know that'll be 2 prizes for me. If I need to boss it later, I can, but also if he just doesn't retreat turn 1, which, you know, Charizard, they've been skimping on energy. They only play around 5 or 6 now. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that Brent just can't retreat turn 1, and then I can just V-Star turn 2. So I played both my Aromas there. I think I got heads on the second one. Yeah, I did. So I get that Archeops. Then I think I just have to commit the Legacy to the Lugia. It feels bad, but it's whatever. Brent also doesn't play Enhanced Hammer or Temple of Sinnoh, so this matchup's much better. I'd say if he played those cards, it'd be definitely favored for him. Without it, the matchup's pretty even or slightly in my favor. And then here I use that Squawk and Seize, just such a good card for me all weekend. So really happy with it. And then I get an Archeops in the discard turn 1, which is nice because when you go first, it's really hard to get Archeops in the discard, right? You need to basically just draw Ultra Ball Archeops turn 2 or like research 2 of them. So Brent's turn, he has the Arven. I mean, that's pretty much the card you want to see turn 1 with Charizard. And he also has the option to get the Forest Seal Stone. So he's going to go for that. Surprise check. So if you're Brent, I think you just literally just get like double Charmander, Pidgey, and then like Duskull maybe. And then yeah, you just, if you can retreat, I would just retreat and sacrifice something. So I'm just going to skip ahead while he prize checks here. So he's going to get the Charmanders like we said. Makes a lot of sense to me. Now he's going to get the Pidgey. And then he does do the Forest Seal Stone here, which that's really good whenever you see that Forest go down. That means like turn 2, they're not going to use it to get Pidgeot or something. So he's just prioritizing getting his board set up. So he's just going for that double pop in turn 1. And I think he's going to grab Charmander and maybe Duskull. Yeah, that's what I would probably grab. If you have an energy, I think you just sacrifice probably one of the Charmanders. Or you can sacrifice Duskull if you want. But then you do want the Dusk. I mean, actually, you know what? He prized Dusknoir this game. So I would sacrifice the Duskull because he can't, if you don't have Dusknoir, you can't take out my Minchino. So Duskull is actually not that useful. But we did see when they showed the prizes, the Dusknoir is going to be his first prize. But if you're Brent, there's like no way to know that. So I would probably sacrifice Duskull in this scenario. Okay, he's going to shuffle, skip that. And then he just goes for the instant charge. So that's really good for me. It basically just makes it so now I can just take 2 free prizes with Lugia. And I looked at my hand here, so I have Iono. But I really want to get double Archeops in the discard and Summoning Star for 2. So I'm actually going to play these Aromas, and if I get a heads, I'll just get Archeops, then I'm just going to Lumineon for research. So the reason I grab hands here is I don't really have any other basics I want to bench, so if I'm going to research, I do want to discard that. So I really want heads here, so then I can get that Archeops in the discard and I whiff, which is a huge whiff for me. Because now I have to Iono and I have to hope to hit Ultra Ball Archeops. So I'm just, I think, going to pick something else to get rid of. Yeah, like Lugia, I don't need. Get rid of that guy. And then if I whiff Archeops, that's where I think it gets interesting. You probably have to retreat the Squawk because Charizard just knocks it out. And then, do I have Cincinno in my hand? Because I think I should just bench Cincinno here. Let's see. Or maybe I was scared of Dusknoir plus Counter Catcher knockout. Yeah, I feel like I could have benched Cincinno. Would have been fine. Or actually, I think maybe since I prized at Cincinno, maybe I decided not to bench a second one. I don't know. But I feel like it could have been a safe bench of Cincinno there. Okay, and then I drew Ultra Ball. I didn't draw Archeops, so that's a huge huge thing for Brent. My hand's actually really bad. I don't have any ways to attack next turn. So I think what I should do is just attach to the Cincinno, and I have Jet for next turn. Or, you know what, actually no, I think I should Jet the Cincinno to the active, so that Squawk gets out of the way, and I bench the second Cincinno, so if my Cincinno gets knocked out, then I still have the backup one. So that was a huge whiff on this turn for me. I think if I get the Summoning Star, I kind of just win. So I also considered going Summoning Star for 1, and then attacking with Lugia. But against Charizard, you can't win with 1 Archeops. I just lose if Brent just goes Counter Catcher and knock out Lugia. Or Archeops, because then I just have a Lugia powered up. There's no way for me to ever one-shot a Charizard or a Pidgeot, so I think I just have to wait here. I did beat for 10. I don't think that'll ever matter with math, but you know, always play optimally, always do that. So okay, Brent gets the Duskull set up. Yeah, if you're Brent this turn, you probably just, I don't know, do you Charizard? So if you Charizard, I'm just probably going to come back up with Cincinno and knock him out. And the other reason I didn't evolve to Cincinno on my side because I prized the other one. So if I evolve and I get Dusknoir this turn, I kind of just lose because I don't have another one. And it's not that hard to find Cincinno again. I haven't played Ultra Ball yet, so. I think if you're Brent, you could also take this turn slow. I'm not really threatening anything. The Legacy Energy is on my Lugia already, so he knows I can't do Iron Hands. So if you need to, like, you can just retreat to a Charmander, or like get another Duskull or a Pidgey, just retreat to it and sacrifice it this turn and instant charge. And kind of wait to see what I do. I think that might be a strong play as well if you're Brent. Because that would basically force me to go boss. Brent plays Iono, which I was super happy about because my hand sucked. And then hopefully in this one I get a way to get rid of the Archeops. So yeah, there's an Archeops to research in my hand. And then Brent's hand is actually pretty good. He has Rare Candy Charizard, which he could do now or he can wait. Then yeah, my next turn is probably just attack with Lugia. It would be really nice if I had some way to boss, knock out a 2-prizer, but just not going to have it with this hand. So, one thing that is interesting is when you play Lugia is like if you take a 1-prize knockout, it makes their Dusknoir a lot weaker because. So normally when they Dusknoir, if you've been going on this like 2-2-2 prize map, like you have to give your opponent a prize, right? So then like he can put me on odd prizes and it doesn't really matter. But if I've already taken a single prize, if Brent wants to use Dusknoir, he has to let me go back to even prizes again, which kind of smooths out my prize trade. So, so I'm not too concerned if I have to take a 1-prize knockout. It basically just makes it so his Dusknoir or Duskull gets just like severely weakened. So yeah, I think he does go for that, like just sacrifice Pidgey play and then just like set up his board, which I really like. I think this is the best way to do it. Attacking with Charizard doesn't make sense to me. Like he's just feeding me a 2-prize knockout on like a silver platter if he does that. So and his hand is just loaded for next turn, right? He has Rare Candy Charizard. He has a boss if he needs it. I don't know if he has Pidgeot or not, but that'd be good. Yeah, I jet that Lugia up. Research. I have to get rid of a few energies, but it's like whatever. At the end of the day, I have enough. But you have to be careful in this matchup because like Cincinno is energy intensive, and you do want to weird her sometimes at the end. So, yep, I get my Summoning Star a turn late. So like yeah, I'm way behind in tempo at this point, but I'm still fine, I think. Mainly because like I don't have that many liabilities in play. Like I have the Squawk and the Lugia, but there's a Legacy on the Lugia. I have double Cincinno. So that's like fine. He would have to go like Dusknoir plus Countercatcher to take both out, in which case we're tied 4-4. He has the Rotom on his bench, so if he wants to play Collapsed, he needs to like let me get rid of Squawk, or he has to Dusknoir first. So I'm actually in a pretty good spot because of that Rotom, and then I could maybe just do like Weird Ear to finish off the game. So I'm not too concerned at this point. One thing that's really important when you play Lugia is you need to always put 2 energies on a Minccino. And the reason being is if one of your Archeops gets knocked out, you can only at most get 3 energy in play, right? 2 from Archeops and attach. So this way, like by putting 2 on my Minccino, I'm threatening a knockout with Cincinno, even if he knocks out one of my Archeops. So yeah, the only way like Brent can completely stop Cincinno next turn is going like Dusknoir, Countercatcher, knockout. Like so knock out both pretty much. And then like I discussed, like I just like bring up the Rotom. And then if he can somehow get Rotom off the board as well, then that sucks for me. So here comes the Zard. So yeah, Brent still hasn't been able to get Pidgeot, which is good for me. Yeah, if you're Brent this turn, you probably want to go Charizard plus Hero's Cape, and then knock out probably Archeops or Minccino. That way, like he's completely safe from me knocking him out. I don't play Jamming Tower as my stadium. I play 2 Mezagoza. So once that Hero Cape comes down, that basically just lets me know that that Charizard's pretty much untouchable the rest of the game, unless I want to try and 2-shot it. Which I just think is too slow. I don't have time to be doing that. Yeah, so this game is going to be interesting because he has Rotom, and I had a slow start, but he also didn't go that fast. So you can see he has Boss in his hand. He also has Turo. So I think, I don't know, if you're Brent, like you might consider playing that Turo on that Rotom, because if you think about what I'm going to do on my next turn, I think Boss on Rotom is a completely reasonable thing for me to have. I haven't played a single one yet. Like, I'm probably not going to try and go through this Charizard, but Brent decides to go for the knockout on my Minccino. I don't really like this play because I have another Minccino already ready to go. And I have double Archeops, so like I can still Cincinno him. So if I was Brent, I would have just knocked out an Archeops, I think. I think that would have been way better. Cause yeah, like I have this Minccino with an energy as well, so I don't know. To me, like that play doesn't make much sense. The whole point of taking out Minccino is to stop Cincinno. But I guess maybe Brent was scared since I play a 2-2 line that I could like just have 2 Cincinnos just like run him over. So maybe by eliminating 1 right now, I guess if he eliminates 1 right now, then I can't go for 2. And he knows he priced Dusknoir, I guess, so he knew he couldn't take the other one off the board. So maybe that's why he did it. But yeah, I'm just immediately on my turn. I think let's take out this Charizard. He didn't put the Hero's Cape on it. This way I can also save that Rotom for later, so I can knock it out with the Lugia. And the nice thing about Cincinno is that your opponent has to knock it out. Like if they don't knock it out, it's just gonna like run havoc. So, okay, you can see I didn't play my second Primal Turbo. That's because I'm running a little low on energies actually, so I needed to actually Iono and put them back in my deck. I think I wanted to waste a double turbo here, yeah, and get a gift. And then like the gift was in my hand, so I put it back. And then you can see I actually only have 3 energy left, I think. But there's enough stuff on the board for me to win with. I can knock out that Rotom with Lugia, and then if I need to, I still have my Blood Moon or Saluna. So it looks a little dicey, but I'm fine. As long as that Rotom stays on the board. And I just Iono'd Brent's Turo away. So he needs to just get Collapsed now if he wants to take that Rotom off. I also prized 2 Boss, and they're my top 2 prizes. So I'm not going to draw them naturally, but yeah, I think I have the Lumineon left, so if I need to play Boss, I can play Boss. So, and I know this game ends in a really cool endgame where it gets crazy close. So now if you're Brent, you have to knock out this Cincinno. Otherwise, it just like completely destroys your board. So yeah, a Cincinno with 5 energy is like literally one of the strongest things in the game. It literally just says like knock me out, or like I'm just gonna like win. So I think Brent did take Dusknoir off his prize. So I think he can knock out my Cincinno this turn if he wants. But like I discussed, like he can't really do that because I took a single prize knockout earlier in the game. So that would put me down to 2 prizes, and then I can just knock out that Rotom for a game. I guess he could go Dusknoir, Counter Catcher, knock out Lugia with Charizard. But my hand's a decent size, so it's not unreasonable at all for me to go like Blood Moon Boss. So I think you probably just take out the Cincinno, because if you take out Cincinno, Brent's been keeping track of my energy. I don't have enough left to do weirder on his Charizard. So this Charizard's completely safe. And now my turn, I think I literally just want to get a boss on that Rotom. And basically make it so I just need one more boss to win the game. Okay. So he takes the knockout on my Cincinno. How many cards do I have in my hand? 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7. I don't draw. I don't think I saw a boss in my hand. I have Ultra Ball for Lumineon, so I could boss, but my other Lumineon's in my discard from the first turn. So then I'm pretty weak to Iono. I have to just raw draw boss. And I know I have 2 boss in my prizes, which isn't ideal. So yeah, I think the judge just asked me if I had enough left. So so I think on this turn I'm debating, do I just Tempest Dive and soften up the Charizard, or do I boss this turn? And the decision's pretty close. So if I go for the Tempest Dive play, I think I'm actually still safe, because one, he can't really knock out my Lugia, because like I'm going to be at 3 prizes. And I saw that he discarded Defiance Band last turn. I actually remember thinking about that in the game. So my Lugia is actually safe. So it's not gonna get knocked out. So Brent's way to win could maybe be like on his next turn, he like pokes, he hits my Lugia, then he goes like Dusknoir, Dusknoir plus knockout Squawk. But if I hit this Charizard on my next turn, I can just boss his Dusclops. Because he has to avoid Legacy. That's the whole thing like Brent has to do this turn. Or this game if he wants to win. So Mezagoza, I don't know what I would get if I flip heads here. I think you just take something to burn. I don't need the Vstar. So yeah, my deck is really thin, but I think at this point I literally just want to make sure I just draw bosses like naturally. So I think Research makes a lot of sense. So I think Research hit the Charizard. If he pokes my Lugia, knock out his Dusclops, go to 2, because then he has Rotom and a damaged Charizard to play, so I'm fine. And then if he, what's it called? If he tries to like boss Squawk, I don't really care, because then it's like I can just knock out Charizard, and then my Lugia has a Legacy, and I just leave my board how it is, and then he has to go to 1 prize. So yeah, I think this turn I just need to play it slow. I don't need to rush. I have my game plan ready for me. It's just win through the Blood Moon. So yeah, I think you see I just take the knockout and I get rid of the Mezagoza, because there's no Pokemon I really need anymore. I'd rather he not get to use the stadium. There could maybe be an argument to, like, I leave it, so like if I get Iono'd I can get Lumineon or something, but my deck is literally like 4 cards or something. My hand's 7. My deck is so thin at this point, so. Okay, now if you're Brent, actually I'm not 100% sure what the right play is. You could poke my Lugia, like I discussed, and then try and follow it up with Dusknoir. So if you have a Duskull, you can maybe do that to stop my boss play, but actually, you know what? If he pokes me, I just knock out his Charizard or something, and I go to 1, and then Dusknoir doesn't even work anymore. So I guess actually the poke play just doesn't work. So I think Brent has to eventually like get a Radzard or something. Actually, yeah, what do you do here? I guess if you could Turo Charizard, that's another option. But I guess he doesn't have a Charmander in play, so I guess you need to get another you probably need another Charmander down for next turn, because you're going to need a big Charizard as a tank. And the one nice thing for Brent is he knows I'm going to go to 1 prize, and then he can Iono me. So, okay, so he is going to go with this knockout Squawk play. And I hit his Charizard for 200, so the Hero's Cape actually puts it out of range of knockout again. So I kind of do need to play boss next turn. And then I think next turn he kind of goes for Iono. So I think on my turn I probably do have to play boss. Because I need to take prizes next turn. I can't. I don't have time to like waste another turn. But I think I should have boss in my hand because I haven't played one yet. Okay. If I look at my hand, do I have a boss in there? Yeah, I have a boss. Okay. And I prized 2 boss, so I know I'm going to hit one off the prize. So my deck is 3 cards. So I know I'm getting Iono next turn. I don't have a gift left, which is a little concerning. I think one thing this game is I might have like went too liberal with my gifts. Like I maybe could have saved some instead of putting them on the Cincinno so early. Because I think if I had a gift on this Lugia right now, like I think I'm just in a completely winning position. Because I think I have a Luminion left in my deck. So my deck is Luminion, Boss, Research. So if I would have had a gift left, I could have guaranteed win. Because I just, like you can take Luminion out of the deck right now, and then if I get Iono to 1, I draw Boss or Research. So that just wins. So I think right now what I'm thinking is, so I'm going to play Boss this turn. I'm going to knock out, I actually think I should knock out Dusknoir or Charmander. Actually, I think I should knock out Charmander. And then that way I draw 2 next turn. See, I don't think Luminion's correct. Actually, looking back at this now. Because now I know if I get Iono, like I'm in a bit of trouble. I think. Oh, you know what? No, I remember why I knock out Luminion. I think, okay, because so if you take a 1 prize knockout, like I was considering knocking out Charmander or Dusknoir. Then Brent can attack with Radzard with Iono, and then I can't win because I'm at two prizes, so I can't Ursaluna. So if you attack with Lugia, and I take 2 prizes this turn, I go to 1. So that one that shuts off Dusknoir, not that it matters. But 2, now he can't attack me with the big Charizard. Because then I just go, I know I'm guaranteed to draw Research off of my Iono to 1. Because my deck is 2 cards. It's Boss, Research. So I'm going to draw Research and Boss. So I can just research my whole deck. I'll draw the Blood Moon. So if he attacks me with the damaged Charizard, I win. If he attacks me with Radzard, I win. 1, because it doesn't knock out Lugia. And then, well, I guess he can go Radzard Countercatcher, actually. But I still win, because I have Boss on top, so that's fine. So, and then the other thing I remember in this spot was if I get Iono'd, my hand is DTE Jet. Those go to the bottom of my deck, and then I can Primal Turbo to Archeops, and I can Boss the Dusknoir. So Brent's only way to win is to have Rare Candy, Charizard EX, Iono, plus Evolve that Dusknoir. That's his only way to win. He has to have those 4 cards. So actually, I remember now in the moment, that's kind of like what I was thinking. And then I put the double turbo on the Archeops because I think if I take 2 prizes and I get Iono'd, then my hand would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, it doesn't matter. I didn't need to attach, but it makes no difference. I think I just burn all my cards. Yeah, not that it matters. It's literally just like I win or I don't. There's maybe an argument to taking the 1 prize knockout. So if I get Iono to, so wait, if I get Iono to 2, then so I got Iono to 2. So it's Research Boss. If I keep the Nest Ball, I have like a 2 and no, it's not 2 and 5 because I'm taking 2 prizes. I'd have like a chance to draw the Blood Moon, so I can go Boss Blood Moon. But then I guess if Brent really wanted to like put me to 1, he could still just do Dusknoir plus knockout. So I think I like this play because, like I said, like Brent literally needs Rare Candy, Charizard, Dusknoir, Iono. That's 4 cards. So, and he played his Fish last turn, and he has Quick Search, so he only has 1. So if he doesn't have that specific combo, I think I just win. So he's gonna Pidgeot. I don't know. He Pidgeots for Rare Candy, so here comes Rare Candy Charizard. And he has the energy left in deck, so he can attack with this. So also if Nest Ball or Ursaluna were like in my deck still, I would have won as well. I would have been checkmate. So I think I'm literally just sitting here being like, all right, don't evolve and play Iono. Gets Fez, and he uses that. Yep, makes sense for him. He should have quick search first, actually, or like Fez first to be had. Or maybe he didn't quick search for Candy, I don't know. Or maybe quick search for Fez. So yeah, there's the Ultra Ball. He gets the Dusknoir, then he has Iono, so he kind of just shuts me out here. I can't really win. So yeah, maybe it was worth it to like knock out the Duskclops, and then I get Iono to 2. But I feel like it's still a similar situation, because then like he's just going to counter catcher one of my Archeops, I think, and knock it out with Radzard. But then I can go, yeah, I think that's a lot easier for him to draw, right? Just Radzard, Energy, counter catcher, Iono. And then getting this, the rare candy play. So I knew what my last 2 cards are, so like I just have no way to win. So yeah, it was a really close endgame. Looking back, I think if I would have managed my gifts better, I could have maybe won, but I don't think so, because he could have just counter-catchered one of my... actually, no, because if he would have counter-catchered one of my Archeops, then I have Lugia to play boss. So I think if I would have saved one more gift, you can see it here, it's because I had it prized. Yeah, I prized the gift, so like if I didn't prize that gift, I could have put it on. But yeah, if I would have had one more gift for the Lugia, I think I would have just won this game. It would have been checkmate. So if I could have found a way to save it, I think I win this game. And looking back, like maybe I didn't need to put gifts as often as I did on my Minchinos. Maybe I could have waited in the early game and saved one for the Lugia. So yeah, it was a really, really tight game 1. I think pretty good play from Brent, honestly. He played it nice and slow. He didn't go aggressive when he didn't need to. I got a slow start, so I couldn't capitalize on him starting Rotom. But now I got to play from behind. So you want to go second in this matchup because you kind of just want to set up and get a good turn 2 as Lugia. Like Charizard can't really threaten anything when they go first. Like they can, I don't know, they can hit you for like 180, which doesn't really do much. So yeah, I normally pick to go second in this matchup. And Charizard, when they go first, they kind of have to draw a Buddy Pop in, like without the help of Arven, which I mean Brent got this game, but a lot of games they just don't get it, and their setup is just kind of scuffed, or they have to go like Rotom turn 1 or something. So I started Iron Hands, which isn't a great starter if he goes turn 2 Charizard. But if he doesn't, like let's say he just leaves Clefairy or something in the active, then Iron Hands is pretty good. So yeah, it just depends what Brent ends up getting turn 2, how strong his turn 2 is. So he prized the Seal Stone this game, which is, I mean, obviously there's no way for me to know this in the game, but that's really good. It just makes his Arvens a lot weaker if he wants to play like Lumineon for it or something. So yeah, Brent goes for the Pidgey Duskull. I assume he has Charmander in his hand, but I mean, I guess he's going first, so he can forgo Charmander and then just next turn set it up, but I think he would prioritize Charmander over Duskull. So yeah, there we go. He has a Charmander in his hand. So yeah, my turn is all about just getting these Archeops in the discard. I have Research in my hand, plus this Aroma, so let's hopefully get a Heads. I think that's a Heads. That looks like an Archeops I just threw on the board. And then I think I have another one in my hand, so yeah, I'm just gonna prize check so we can skip this. And then, oh, actually I wanted Tails. I have triple Archeops in my hand, nice. Plus a Lugia. So, oh yeah, I think that's what I was laughing about with Brent, where it's like, he's like, oh nice, you got Heads. I'm like, no, I actually wanted Tails. Okay, so looking at this hand, Brent might get that Charizard next turn, so I definitely, if I can, want to get a Minchino down. I have Jet as well, so I can Jet next turn if he attacks with Charizard. So I think I play this Aroma. If I get Tails, I just, you know, grab that Minchino. If I get Heads, I just get Lugia, but I guess I held it. I don't know, I don't really like that from me. I think I should have... Or, do I have Boss in my hand? 1 sec, let me go back for a sec. Do I have Boss, so next turn I can just go, like, Hands Boss if I need to? Ultra Ball. Oh, I have Boss in my hand. So I think, yeah, if I don't care if he attacks with Charizard, I just go Boss. Okay, Brent's hand is not the best. He doesn't have any supporters. So he could Lumineon for Archeops. Or not Archeops, for Arven. But I have an Iron Hands in my active, so if he Lumineons, I can actually just take that out for 3 prizes. So, he's considering it, I think, because he does have Pidgeot in his hand, so... Okay. Arvin, I think he's gonna get that Pidgeot, and then I think he can just Cleffa for like a lot of cards here. So he's just prioritizing setup, which I think is fine. So yeah, I think on my turn, I think I definitely take out this Lumineon. That's probably the best play. But oh, he has Hero's Cape. He can Hero's Cape Lumineon, actually. That's actually a decent play. And then I think you Rare Candy Pidgeot for sure. And then okay. And you probably get a second Charmander. I have double Archeops in the discard, so it's really not that unrealistic for me to go like Lugia plus boss. And then just a nice thing Brent's doing here is instead of grabbing the Charmander, he's going to use Buddy Poffin to grab it. So at this point in the game, he doesn't really want to draw Buddy Poffin anymore because he's already set everything up. So he's just burning that from his deck. He's like thinning it so he never sees that card again. So he just improves his future draws. So it's a small thing that a lot of good players do. So I guess if I had Cincinno on the bench, I could maybe go for a boss on the Pidgeot this turn. Which would have been kind of sick. But actually, I'm not sure if I can, because I have Ultra Ball in my hand. I think I need to commit to Lugia Vstar. And then, yeah, that's a super heads-up play by Brent to put the Hero's Cape on the Lumineon. Because if he didn't, I'm definitely going to boss that thing up and knock it out with Iron Hands. So, okay, I have double Capturing Aroma. So ideally, I get 1 heads, 1 tails. So I can get Minccino, and I can get Lugia Vstar. So tails, that's definitely going to be the Minccino. But now that Brent has a Dusclops, he is definitely threatening on one of his turns to go like knock out Minccino with Dusknoir, then like counter catcher knock out the other one. So yeah, definitely capturing him here. So what I get first, then make my decision. I've got heads this time, so honestly like really good rolling for me. Then I have boss in my hand, so if I want, I could boss and take out the Dusclops. I wonder if it's ever worth it to do that. So if I do that, I can bench Minccino and it's safe. I actually like playing boss on Dusclops, because then when you're Brent, if I bench Minccino, if you counter catch or knock it out, my Iron Hand survives, and I can just play boss again, assuming that both those Charmanders don't evolve, which they probably won't. And then if he like knocks out the Iron Hands with Charizard, then I just get to use Cincinno. So I'm actually curious what I'm going to do here. If I bench Minccino, you definitely Primal Turbo to it. Yeah, it's funny, like I literally played this game and I can't remember what I did. I think it's also defensible to just play Iono and knock out Cleffa. Because boss is a pretty valuable card. I think it's fine to save it. Actually, the problem though, no, if he goes Dusknoir, you counter catch your Archeops and knock it out. No, but then I still just go Iron Hands again. Am I playing Jacques? Why am I moving Cincinno to the top? I guess I do play Jacques. And then I Ultra Ball for a second Minccino? Is that how I play around this? Okay, so I grabbed those two. I guess I Ultra Ball for the last Minccino. Wait, I get rid of V-Star and I get rid of Energy? Yeah, because I can't Jet, because then I lose. Is this better than just bossing Dusclops? Let's see. So if Brent goes pop Dusknoir, counter catcher Archeops, I take a prize, so I'm at 3. Yeah, this is still fine. Then I just go boss Charmander or something, so I have boss in my hand. And then I just take 2 prizes again. So yeah, I think this play is fine. It conserves boss. Because if I boss this turn on the Dusclops, then I don't have boss next turn. Yeah, because then if Brent goes knockout, like counter catcher knockout Minccino. Well, I benched 2 Minccino though. But I guess I wouldn't bench 2 Minccino if I played boss, because I wouldn't have Jacques. Oh, I guess I could just Ultra Ball Jacques. I don't know, maybe I should have bossed the Dusclops. Yeah, there's the Dusknoir, like I said. Oh, he hits counter catcher off the prize. Huh, that's funny. That's probably the best prize he could have asked for, because I think otherwise he probably would have had to quick search for it. So that frees up. Oh, no, he would have had to quick search for Rare Candy Zard, so he would have had to play Arvin or something. Okay. There's Rare Candy Zard. Yeah, but like I said, when you use Dusknoir, he put me on odd prizes now. So like if I take 2 prizes next turn, then he can't Radzard or anything. I think, again, maybe I shouldn't have put Gift on the Cincinno, because I already had one on the Iron Hands. Like, I don't really care that much if I get Ioned and then knocked out, because I would be at 4. Yeah, maybe I should have saved it. But I didn't prize a Gift this game, so. Okay. So now he has Counter Catcher. You definitely Counter Catcher Archeops now. The Cincinno doesn't do anything anymore. Yeah, here it comes. Okay, why do you Counter Catcher Cincinno? Okay, that makes no sense. There's no reason to Counter Catcher Cincinno. Because if you take out an Archeops, what's it called? I can't attack with Cincinno for knockout. So yeah, I don't know why that's up there. But I'm fine with that. What did I draw? I just raw drew boss again. That's actually kind of nutty. But if I didn't draw boss again, then I would just have to hit this Charizard, which kind of sucks. I think I'd still win the prize trade just because I have the legacy, but it would be a lot slower. So, okay, so now I think I definitely boss that Charmander. And then I think I just try, now that my Cincinnos are gone, I think I definitely try and set up to go for a big weirdier turn to win the game. So I have double turbo in my hand. So I think I just spread my energies now. So I should probably take like double turbo miss, put it on one of the Archeops, take like double turbo gift, put it on like Lugia, and then attach the other double turbo to like my third Archeops. So knockout Charizard, you need 9 energy, that's 360, and only 1 can be a DT. So normally you need like 10, and then you can have 3 DTs. So, okay, here comes double turbo gift. That should probably go on Lugia. Okay, I put on Archeops. Sure. And then I put double turbo on Lugia, I think. Yeah, does this make sense? I guess it's more valuable for him. Actually, it's more valuable for him to knock out one of my Archeops because those get the energy out of the deck. So yeah, I think this is fine actually to put them on the Archeops. Because if he knocks out my Lugia, it's like I said, I have Legacy on the hands. And then I just don't bench anything. And then my board is my gift. So I think Brent, like, no matter what, has to pop a gift eventually. So I think this game is like pretty much almost unlosable for me at this point. Yeah. Yeah, no, this is pretty much unlosable. Cause yeah, you just hit, like, I can even like hit his Charizard. If he knocks a Lugia this turn, I can even hit Charizard for 100 with like Archeops or with hands. And then I can even Blood Moon knock out Charizard at the end. So yeah, this game, I think in this position, like it's all, I can't really think of a way for Brent to win this one. You definitely go Counter Catcher, knock out Lugia this turn if you can. And then I guess hope I misplay and like bench something else. So he can Super Rod. At this point, I don't think it matters that much what you bench. I think you need to bench one Charmander, because like we discussed, like if I hit his Charizard for 100, then you need a fresh Charizard in the next turn. I guess you have to go Turo. And then maybe I don't have enough energy to finish the game. I don't know how many I have left, but I think I have enough. I've barely used any energy this game. So I haven't Cincinno'd. My hand is also like 2 cards, so like maybe Brent's like, I don't need to Iono, but yeah. Or my hand's 4 cards, okay. Iono one's pretty good though. I think I just drew Research. Like I said, I don't need it this turn, but it is pretty nice to just draw Research. So here comes the Pidgeot for the... Oh, I think he just drew a Counter Catcher because he drew Turo. So you can definitely see Brent's plan. It's to like knock out Lugia this turn, the next turn Turo the Charizard and Rare Candy a fresh one. I still don't think it works either way, but definitely the right approach. Yeah, you could see my hands on Lugia. I knew that was coming. So I promote Archeops. Yeah, Roma. See if I get the Weirdier. I think I flipped heads. So yeah, then since I'm shuffling my deck anyways, let's just pull all the energies out. So yeah, I just need to get Nest Ball, Ultra Ball, or the Weird Ear to win. So yeah, I think I spread them, however. I should probably put the other ones on... I think they go on Iron Hands. Yeah, I think they go on Iron Hands because I want to attack with Speedwing this turn. And then if he plays Turo, he can't play Boss, and he's played both his counter catchers, so I know my bench is safe. So this way I hit Charizard for 100. If he plays Turo, I can still Weird Ear next turn with all these energies. If he attacks with Charizard, if he plays like Iono again or something, I can go, or like he doesn't not heal his Charizard, I can just go Boss, Blood Moon. And I just drew the Weird Ear. So how much, I don't even know how much damage that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 energies, I think I had. I don't know. 13 times 4, so 520. I don't know how many DTs. I think like 4 DTs. Like 4 something, so. Alright, that game was a lot better. So I think that game's kind of like illustrates, like if Lugia sets up against Charizard, I think Lugia normally just wins. So that was pretty nice that Iron Hands got full value, even when I was going second. But yeah, now the final game, I'm going to have to go first, which is a lot harder, because like you saw in the first game, like I whiffed turn 2 Summoning Star. So, and then my prizes, let's see if there's anything relevant in there. And what did I start with? Start Cincinno. Cincinno's a fine starter. Okay. Okay, I have double Ultra Ball in my hand, so I think I could go double Chops in the discard. My prizes, I prized a lot of energy, holy. I mean, it doesn't really matter that much, there's only one gift, and I'm going to pull them from the prizes right away. Okay, so I think I have double Ultra Ball in my hand. I have Squawk in my hand too, okay, nice. So I think you go Ultra Ball, another Archeops, Ultra Ball, get Lugia V, and Squawk and Seize. So I think this match you've seen the first and third game, the power of Squawk ability when you go first. I do give up the Weird Ear, which is a little suspect, but I mean, you can't really afford to bench it right now. And I'm gonna have, I didn't prize any of my Cincinno line, so I'm just gonna have access to those for my big knockouts this game. And this, like with a setup start this strong, like I should be able to get turn 2 Iron Hands if I need it. So like I need to leave a bench spot open for that. And then, yeah, my hand's pretty good. I have Lugia Vstar Ultra Ball. That's literally all I need. And then I don't bench the second Cincinno because I do want to use Iron Hands next turn. So Brent's side here, he just has Poff in his hand. Obviously really good. I assume he has Arvin, or he just has double Poff in his hand. So, I mean, both of us have, like, insane opening hands. I mean, that's kind of fair. I got double Archeops in discard turn 1 with Squawk. He gets to have his Poff in play here. And then he definitely needs to get a second Charmander, because I think I could boss his Charmander if he doesn't. And then he has Ultra Ball for it, and then also Ultra Ball clears his hand for Cleffa, so that's pretty solid. Okay, let's keep shuffling. And then, oh, did I skip too much? Wait, where'd the second Charmander come from? Wait, where'd the second Charmander come from? Did he Ultra Ball? He must have Ultra Balled. Oh no, wait, he just pitched. Oh no, he just didn't. He saved the Ultra Ball so he could Rare Candy. He like had double Pop for that. Whoops, I don't know why I thought he only had one Charmander. Okay. Oh, he started Charmander and then he's retreated. Whoops. Okay. So yeah, I Summoning Star. I think I'm just checking my prizes here. I played Ultra Ball to get the Iron Hands. And then I have a boss too. Wow. Okay, so I bossed Pidgey. I think basically just being like, hey, like I don't want you having Pidgeot this game because Pidgeot's just broken. So yeah, that's like an insane turn 2 going first. Like that's almost impossible to do. But that's the power of Squawk, right? I basically got to play research on my first turn. So And now Brent's in another like really tough spot. It's like, okay, you can knock out Iron Hands, and then I go with Cincinno. Or you can go around it, but then I can just go boss again and then take more prize cards. So yeah, super good spot I'm in here. So as long as I literally take 2 prizes every turn, I should just win. So I know Brent has Ultra Ball in his hand. I don't know if he has Rare Candy. Like, Brent needs to take a knockout this turn, or else he's going to fall way too far behind. Okay, so here comes Nest Ball. Yeah, I don't think he has Rare Candy in his hand, so I think he has to Fez and just try and draw that Rare Candy. Or maybe an Arvin or something. But the rest of his hand's pretty good. Oh no, he has Rare Candy Charizard, so okay, he's just getting Fez. I don't know how. Well, so it's interesting. So like putting Fez is obviously not the best because now Lugia can take that out. But I took out his Pidgeot, so like it kind of forced him to have like an alternate like engine. So I think it goes to show the strength of taking out that Pidgey now. So I'm going to force Brent to use that Fez. Okay. Here comes the Fez. So you could do Counter Catcher. Oh, he would have had Rare Candy Pidgeot. Or I guess not, because he doesn't have any more. So I think you just Ultra Ball for Dusknoir or Charmeleon here. Yeah, I can't remember if I saw Charmeleon in his hand. Or okay, maybe he goes Lumineon here and then gets Arvin for something else. I guess you could go Rare Candy Dusknoir and then take out my Minccino. So then I'm there's no threat anymore. I have a Charizard getting knocked out, and then he kind of forces me to play boss again. Which he saw I just played one from his hand, so I might not from my hand, so I might not have another one. But I do play 4 in my deck. And actually, Brent was paying attention in game 1. Like I only played 1 boss in game 1, so he might think I only played 3. But that's kind of hard to know. So yeah, okay, I think he is going to go with that play. So yeah, he knocks out that. I take a prize. And then he knocks out my Iron Hands. And he's basically saying, like, hey, you got a boss here. And I gift for 1, I think, or 2, okay. Charizard, or Lugia up. So I definitely want a boss. So I have a Roma in my hand. So I think if I get Tails, definitely get that fish and get a boss. And then I have Minccino in my hand that I can bench to kind of threaten a knockout for game. So yeah, the judges are like, oh, there's a legacy. Why'd you take 2, Brent? But he took a prize with Dusknoir. I think, yeah, proper sequencing is a Roma first. I mean, I'm going to bench that Minccino no matter what, probably. So okay. I did get Tails, so yeah, definitely get Fish. Boss, definitely boss the Fez. Or wait, I go double turp. Do I think I had all my energies in my hand, so I don't even know if I don't think I had enough to I don't know, I had enough to put all on the Lugia. Why did I not go 220 and knock out Fez? Wait. Wait, why did I not knock out Fez on this turn? There has to be a reason. Oh no, I'm knocking out Charmeleon this turn, I think. And I was gonna wait. Why am I putting gifts on Lumineon? Because I thought he was gonna boss this, and then no. But I have Squawk in play. Oh wait, so I should definitely put that on Minccino. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, okay, good. Okay, and then I have an energy in my hand to attach to Lugia. I know that for sure because I took a bunch off the prize. Oh, you know what? I think I need to leave enough in my deck so that what's it called? I could do Cincinno next turn. But I have Iono in my hand. Yeah, wait, why did I not knock out Fez? I have a bunch of energies. Is there a good reason? Yeah, I definitely had enough energy in my deck to knock out Fez, I think. Yeah, well, Brent goes Counter Catcher Fish, makes sense, Iono. So I don't have a gift on my Lumineon. So yeah, this is actually really bad for me now because next turn he can just go like boss Lugia, win. But he doesn't have Pidgeot, so it's not a given, and his Luminion's gone, so... Actually, another reason maybe I should have knocked out Luminion is because, like, now he can go Super Rod and then Luminion. Yeah, why did I not knock out Fez? I definitely should have knocked out Fez. And I drew Research, though, which is insane. Yeah. So yeah, Research is pretty good. I just need to draw Cincinno, or I could draw Boss for game. Okay, here comes the Ultra Ball. Just get a second Charizard. Sure. Doesn't really matter. I'm at 1 prize at this point. He has a Cleffa too, so. He just thins with Charizard. I don't know if he uses it or not. Looks like he's not. He benches a Pidgey, so next turn he can get Rare Candy Pidgeot if he draws that. And then, I don't know what his prizes are. He drew Counter Catcher, okay. Okay, so here I like, okay, wait, let me just go back for a sec. I drew Research. There's no reason to Primal Turbo first. So I think instinctively, like, you want a Primal Turbo first, like, thin your deck of energies. But I got Iono'd and my other hand didn't have Cincinno in it or Ultra Ball. So I suggest Research, because then I don't want to shuffle the cards I put on the bottom to the top. Because then it messes up the order. If I had, like, I just Iono'd like 3 or 4 energy at the bottom. So I know if I Research, I'm not going to draw them and I can Primal Turbo properly. And my hand was 7 cards. So if I thin like 4 energies right here, I'm actually like shuffling 3 bricks back to the top. So I definitely should have just Researched first. I don't know why I Primal Turbo. Like, this is just a massive throw. Because you can see all the bottom I had 1, 2, yeah, I had 3 on the bottom energies. Or I had 4 maybe from when I got Iono'd. And yeah, I can't see if I would have hit the Cincinno or not, but yeah, I would have hit a Cincinno if I just played Research. So I should have just played Research. Because now I just have to Research, like, I just shuffle. It's still really good odds because I have both my Cincinnos, I have Mezagoza, I have Capturing Aroma. But yeah, that was really bad of me to Archeops first. I basically just introduced like 3 brick cards. So like now I went from like probably like a 90% chance of hitting Cincinno to probably like 75% chance of hitting Cincinno right now. So again, like, just really illustrates when you get Iono'd, ask yourself like, do I want to draw the cards that I shuffled to the bottom? So the answer is I definitely didn't. So now I Research, draw pretty much like half my deck. Cards, and I whiffed. And honestly, that's fair that I whiffed because I definitely misplayed. So definitely unlucky in the moment, but I think it's a good example, right? Where like I remember when I lost this game, I was like, damn, I got so unlucky to lose. And then I realized afterwards, I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. So yeah, just like not always blaming luck when you lose. I think I looked at the top to see how close it was when I burned my nest ball. I actually wasn't close at all. Not that it matters, it's all random, but yeah, like honestly, like sometimes like it feels like you get unlucky when you lose, but there's almost always like plays you could have done to play better. So I definitely could have like not thrown by doing the Research here, or the Primal Turbo. I also probably could have knocked out Fez. I don't know why I didn't knock out Fez. So the other problem too is I'm at 1 prize, so like Brent just needs like Arvin to win with Counter Catcher next turn. So I think, yeah, my best play is literally just to hit, and then yeah, he just has Counter Catcher and I lose. So it was like a crazy close set all 3 games. I mean, this game I kind of high rolled like crazy, and like I even hit Research off Iono, and then a crazy whiff off of a misplay on my part. So yeah, it was a really good set. That was my first loss of the tournament. My first games I even lost of the tournament. I was like 12 home games for that one. But yeah, like I think this was a great example of a round where like my play was a little imperfect, and I definitely could have played better. I think that second game Brent could have played a bit better too, but I don't think it would have mattered in the end. Actually, I might have, because I won with Weird Ear and he knocked out my Cincinno for no reason. But yeah, it goes to show you like even like some of the best players like make mistakes, and that's why like VOD review is so good. Is like if like I just played that game randomly at a table and like there was no stream game, I probably would have just thought I got super unlucky with that whiff off the Research for Cincinno. But you know, with hindsight, looking back at it, I'm like, oh, like I definitely had a couple things I could have done better that would have given me a chance to win. So Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this VOD breakdown. I thought this was a really great match, and there was a lot of learning from it. And this is a matchup that will probably continue to be popular in the Stellar Crown format. I know Charizard gets Briar, but I don't know how impactful that's really going to be against Lugia. Yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this VOD. If you guys like VODs, I can review VODs that aren't just myself. I just like doing my games because I can kind of tell you guys what I was thinking in the moment. But yeah, if you're going to League Cups, if you're going to any of the regionals in Dortmund or in Brazil this weekend, best of luck. And I will catch you guys next video.